Hello and welcome to Penn Tarot. Thank you for clicking on the video and joining me for today's tarot card reading. And we are looking at what am I feeling and why am I feeling this way. It's a little self-reflective read, and hopefully you'll find some clarity and some answers as to your current emotions. A little bit of self-reflection goes a long way. When we master ourselves, we master our surrounds. And with that, we're going to start with Aries and move our way all the way through to Pisces. Aries, what messages do the cards have for our Aries collective today? Aries, we want to know, what are we feeling and why are we feeling this way? Aries. Messages for our Aries collective. Somewhat burdened. I'm feeling obviously a sense of exhaustion. There's a collaboration that is wearing you down a little. But what I'm seeing here is the arrival of a new project. We're in the very beginning stages. So Aries, you're feeling close to the end of a cycle, a very demanding and draining cycle. When you look up, you can see that the closing of this cycle is near. You've almost reached your goal. There seems to be a collaboration that there's a joining of forces of unique skills and talents. This could be something you have been working towards and you haven't seen any breakthroughs yet. But the progression of the cards is saying that the next phase is here. There is an external offer coming in with the next turn of the wheel. As that one is closing, so the new passionate adventure is coming in. You've worked very hard towards making this possible, and now the offer is coming in. The collaboration that you've been waiting for is here. And the cards are urging you to look at this as a new phase, look at it as a new opportunity, and start again. Reinvest yourself in this offer, this collaboration. It's here. You've been very much waiting for this. You've put in all the hours and the hard slog, and the door is now open. You have been invited in. It's tricky because you can't see it. It's tricky because right now your head is down. You're still in the closing of the old cycle. The new one has not yet appeared, so it's stressful. You're feeling in the dark. That's to be understood. The advice is to look up, to see things in a new way. Don't be afraid of what you've been through. Don't allow that to be like this cloud above you, because the collaboration is the external is ready to invite you in to what you've been waiting for. Be careful, read between the lines, read the fine print. Don't let a small inconvenience trip you up. Don't let missing a small detail trip you up. But yes, invest. Yes, the time is here. Yes, the invite to join forces is around the corner. And so that is the message I have for you. What you have been working for and waiting for and feel like it isn't arriving, it is on your doorstep. Well, you are on its doorstep, because I see you being invited into a collaboration, something that you're aware of, something you've been working towards, something that you felt wasn't coming in, and now it's here. I do believe that it has to do with a work situation, with how you invest your time and your resources and your livelihood. We are moving on to Taurus. Taurus, today we are asking, what are we feeling and why are we feeling this way? For clarity, for self-reflection, and to help us move forward as we make decisions for ourselves with a clearer idea of who we are and what we want. Messages from the cards for our Taurus collective. What messages do the cards have for Taurus? Today we're asking, what am I feeling and why am I feeling this way? Okay, that Two of Pentacles really wanted to come out. I'll leave it at that. Taurus. This makes a lot of sense here. You're feeling under pressure. You're feeling that you have a lot to take care of, a lot of responsibilities, and that you're being pulled in many directions. It looks also to me that you feel that you're constantly putting out fires. So this could also be, this could be work or family or intimate relationships where constantly little issues are flaring up that you feel like you have to sort them out. You have to keep taking care of things that pop up and, as I said, pulled in many directions. It's because you feel like there's a lot of demands on you. In fact, there may even be a lot of challenges that you're facing. This could be, as I say, work-related, where you feel that a lot of your colleagues, or perhaps you in like as a supervisor, people under you are constantly asking you and demanding of you to give you their attention. This could be a personal issue as well. What I'm seeing is that a lot of people do depend on you. What I'm seeing here is that you are the provider. There's a Pentacles link here. You have been given a position of authority, whether you've chosen it or not. It's been handed to you, and you've been urged to step up to that role, to be that that strong, confident, stable leader of the community, whether it's home or work. You've been assigned that role, and the universe is telling you to step up into it because you can. Your challenge, Taurus, is how you view yourself. Others see you as the Queen of Pentacles, and yet you see yourself as the Nine of Pentacles. You don't see yourself as having everything in your toolbox or your treasury to get the job done. And you're seeing people around you as very demanding and perhaps even naggy and draining, and yet that may just stem from because you feel insufficient. You don't feel that you can provide, you can do, you can show up. And you're being urged to reevaluate that, because everything around you is saying, yes, you can. Yes, you can handle all the pressure. Yes, you are able to troubleshoot and put out fires. Yes, you can manage your home and your place of work. You can nurture those around you. And that is the way people view you. And so you need to step into that power confidently. Believe in yourself, because you've been given that role, and it's because you are capable of it. You're capable of being the leader. And that is the message I have for you today, Taurus. And we are moving on to Gemini. Gemini, today we are asking the cards, why am I feeling, what am I feeling, and why am I feeling this way? What messages do the cards have for our Gemini collective? Gemini, I do definitely feel that you're torn lately. Let's see what the cards have. Maybe between obligation and desire. Maybe between quick, instant gratification and long-term legacy planning. There's conflict within Gemini. What messages do the cards have for our Gemini collective? Ace of Cups wanted to show up. That is showing that you are finding the middle ground within your thoughts there, Gemini. We have the Nine of Wands. Three of Wands, Queen of Pentacles, and Ten of Pentacles, and the Moon. It's funny how the same cards can come out in, even in similar positions, and still the surrounding cards are unique. This is showing me a bit of a collective message again. Gemini, there's a lot of passion. It's like the recognition of what is driving you. There's also, obviously with the Nine of Wands, there's the feeling of having been through the fire, oddly enough, and really lived to tell the tale. And having learned, you haven't given up. You still have your dreams, and you fought for them. You haven't always come out on top, but you're not prepared to throw in the towel. It's been, when I say you haven't always come out on top, I mean you wouldn't be in the Nine of Wands energy if you hadn't faced challenges. There's definitely a feeling of having lost, but not given up. And what I'm seeing you in this undefeated mindset, which is very powerful, and you're ready to step out and reinvest again. You're looking for, you know what you want, and you're looking for that to come in. You know that you can have it all, and you can give it all. You can, you know that you can, and now I just get the sense that you're waiting for your king to step in beside you there. You can do it all on your own, and people look up to you to provide, and you can, but you actually don't want to do it alone. The universe is urging you to lift your chin up and be expectant, because everything is coming together. We're going from the Nine of Wands, having learned, to actually making those finer decisions to get the outcome we want. You have it. You've built a dream, but you want the company to share it with. With the moon in your shadow, I'm getting the strong sense that you need to step from the dark into the light. You need to put yourself out there a little bit. It's like you're hiding away. You're dimming your glow. And so you need this transition from becoming, say, out of the battle zone and into the sort of more, the mindset of I have it. That transition needs to take place, because until you do that, you're not really putting yourself into a position where you will have that partnership and that community that you desire if you're spending too much time alone, in the dark, hiding, licking your wounds. There's a tendency for maybe even spending a lot of time alone at night. I'm seeing a person very much in their thoughts, and that's, I'm not saying in a bad way, I'm meaning as in sometimes you really find that the quiet part of the day, and a day when you can really just enjoy your own company, is late at night, when everybody's asleep and the world is quiet. And there needs to be a little bit of a transition from nightlife into daylight. Your next step is to build that community, to bring those people in, instead of being on that throne alone. That's the message I have for you, Gemini. And we are moving on to Cancer. Cancer. Today we are asking the cards, what are we feeling and why do we feel this way? Clarity as we progress forward. As we spend time in self-reflection, we manage ourselves better, we manage our relationships better. So what is it that we're feeling, and why are we feeling this way, Cancer? Messages from the cards for our Cancer collective. Wow, we got a very strong Cancer card here, King of Cups. It's a nice strong energy for you, Cancer. Okay. Cancer, you're showing up as having learned a lot of lessons about yourself, about who you are, and how emotionally strong you are, and how you have found yourself after time of loss and betrayal. I see somebody who has worked on their emotional well-being, somebody that was in a very, say, in a phase where they needed a lot they were very consumed by who they were, where they were at, what had happened to them. Somebody who suffered a lot of betrayal and loss. that's built themselves up. You've used that to master that, being in need of somebody, to being that somebody for yourself. You've gone from living negatively in your headspace, overthinking, to overcoming that and finding a lot of stability in maybe you were stuck on somebody and now your heart is free. That's what I'm seeing here. Somebody that was unhealthy, in an unhealthy attachment, in a codependent mindset, that has found the joy and strength and power and stability of being emotionally grounded, the provider, rather than being in that very needy space. So you've done the work, and well done to you, Cancer. That's a very strong message here. There is a tendency, though, to put other people's needs ahead of yours. There's that struggle where it's like you're giving you choose other people's well-being ahead of your own. You are re-evaluating that for yourself, though. It's still an issue for you. People do maybe see you as somebody that is very giving, and so you have people that ask a lot of you. There's a warning that before you just say yes, you need to think about it first and say, let me think about it and I'll get back to you, before you just rush ahead and agree to keep people around you not happy, but looked after, because it's in your nature. So you'll say yes in a hurry, and it's not always a good, it's not always in your benefit. So you'll be choosing more carefully over how you just give away your time and your basically just how you manage your time and how you give it away. You'll be looking at that a little more closely. Maybe more in a more healthy way. You'll be able to give without feeling, say, taken advantage of. You've mastered that. With this new mindset, as I say, your decision making is going to be more clearer. You're going to be happier with, like, your yes is yes and your no is no. This is maybe something that you've had to find the balance in, and then being satisfied with your commitments. Like, if you say you will do something, then you show up on time and you live by it. You're happy with that. If you say no, you can't be feeling bad, going back on it, and eating those words. Let your yes be yes and your no be no, and then you're going to find stability in that, you know. I'm sorry if my stomach, if you can hear my stomach grumbling. I have actually eaten, but it happens. I guess it's digesting. I hope you can't hear. So I do feel that. I feel that in the past, Cancer, you were looking for somebody to step in and help you. You've grown to a point where you know that you are that person. You've done the work, you're there, you're stable, you feel it. And when people come forward with demands or requests, don't just agree. Give yourself that space. Choose wisely. Don't just let every new adventure suck you in and drain you. You're going to be more determined, not determined, but you're going to choose more carefully, and then you'll stick by those choices that you make. You won't feel pulled as much. And that is the message I have for you. Don't just agree. Give yourself space. It's good for the journey you're on. It's in alignment with who you're becoming. And we are on to Leo. Leo. What messages do the cards have for our Leo collective? In my last video, I thanked quite a few people, and I did forget one of my original subscribers, one of my Leo listeners. And I just want to send a shout out to Mac. Thank you for always watching and always being an encouraging person in my life. And with that being said, we are asking the cards, what is Leo feeling and why is Leo feeling this way? Messages for our Leo collective. I have 2 Leo subscribers that I'm aware of, and thank you for watching, and thank you for showing up. Okay. Oh gosh. Okay. Leo, you're kind of not in a hurry to do anything. You're in limbo, which is not a bad place. You are you're not giving much away, but you're not holding back from anybody. You're kind of reevaluating your place in life. You know what you want, and you're kind of in between stage now. You haven't fully yet joined, say, the real world. You've withdrawn yourself a little bit out of the noise, and you're giving yourself a little space to to think and see how the people around you fit in with what you want, what you're aspiring to. And I have picked that up in the last couple of days when I've done some collective, well, not collective, but unique, individual star signs. I've just been looking at some of the energy, and there is this energy of having struggled with your close community. So I see you are reevaluating the way forward. Like, you're looking at this is where you're at in the Hangman energy and the Seven of Pentacles, is that this is what's at work for me. This is what I've produced thus far. Who is with me and who has fallen away, and where am I putting a lot of time in that's not giving back to me, or where do I need to put in time where it is giving back to me? It's that whole next move forward kind of strategizing on a very personal level, how you fit everything together. Your Emperor energy here is the way other people are seeing you, the expectations they have on you. They're seeing you as a role model. They're seeing you as somebody that's very stable, so earned their place, that has the authority. And maybe that's the struggle you're feeling, is that you may feel like there's just too much pressure on you to perform. 10 of Wands. It's a lot of pressure to perform and to be that person that people look to for as being their sort of their father figure, their role model, their provider, male or female. I know both my Leo that I know of are male, so it's quite fitting. Slow but steady wins the race, Leo. You are urged to just carry on as you are. It's a slower pace, but it's a Pentacles, and it's a Knight of Pentacles. This is somebody you can depend on. This is somebody who runs the long race. It's a very much in your fixed energy mindset, fixed element, fixed modality. You run the good race. This isn't a fast race. This is a well-paced race. The Knight of Pentacles can be seen as somebody who's a bit slower, but that's just in comparison to, say, the Knight of Swords who's rushing in. This is a slower, more methodical energy. There's nothing wrong with the way you have been doing things. It seems to me like you're managing things very well. you're not going to change much about the way you're doing things, but you are looking at the way you interact, say, with your people, because it could be work or home. But as I say, I have picked up there's a little bit of struggle in the people that you say live with or are in a closer relationship with, a more day-to-day relationship. You do feel the burden. Try not to focus on how far left the slog is. It's kind of like in this card I'm seeing, keep your head down, step by step, plod along, because before you know it, you'll be there. You know, you'll break that cycle, the burden of the cycle before. There's a definite slower, no rush, more patience, more control. Choosing wisely. Remember, haste makes waste. The burden, if you focus on it, it will be heavier than if you focus on the end goal. Don't count the days, don't count the minutes, don't count the hours. Set your pace, you're not in a rush, and stick to it. It's working for you, Leo. You're doing some reevaluating, deciding who's staying, who's going, where you're investing, where you're not investing anymore, and you're not in a rush. Don't see any problems here. So don't feel like you're indecisive or you're in limbo and it's a bad thing. Rather use the time wisely while you have it, because the next stage of the journey is upon you. This destination, this train stop, it's here, and you're getting ready to move on to the next phase. There's that little limbo in between, and you use that strategically, and then you carry on with your journey. Good pace. A sense of all will be well. And that's the message I have for you, Leo. A little bit of a cleaning out the closet, nothing serious. A little bit of an in-between stage. Use it for reflection. Don't see it as stagnancy. There's no warning of procrastination, but there is a salute to the pace at which you are moving. On to Virgo. Virgo, today we are asking the cards, what are we feeling and why? Why do we feel this way? What is going on with our heart space? What messages do the cards have for our Virgo collective? Got the Two of Wands. A lot of decision making. It's a collective theme. If you can hear that beep, 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 that is what is called a Hamerkop, a bird. Beep, Okay, and that's our shadow. Beep, beep, beep. It's a Hamerkop bird. They're beautiful. Okay. Virgo, I'm seeing somebody that is ready to make a move. Somebody that's looked out and seen what's available, and they're really in such a great position because they have the world and everything they need in their hands. See that? Even the two swords here is in the hand. You're moving forward and you're at a point where it's like the start of a new phase for you, and you've worked hard to get to this point where you just can actually make your choices. This isn't something that other people, you have to bend to somebody else's will, or this is all about you, where you are and how you put yourself into a position where you're able to choose going forward. You have made up your mind, but you're not rushing. It's like, you know the direction you want to go, but you haven't quite rushed to get it. It's like you've paced yourself, you're pacing yourself. People are seeing you evolve. People are noticing the change. People are seeing that you don't take nonsense anymore, that you're less inhibited to speak your mind, and there's more motivation behind whatever it is. There's more emotion that's led to motivation. Even though it is swords, this isn't something that you're being so logical about. This is something that you're more determined about. Virgo, in the near future, you're going to make a decision where you actually sign on the dotted line, whether it's a purchase or whether it's a contract or an agreement. You actually, your search has led you to the place where you say, this is it, this is my new journey starts here. The person I know I'm becoming, the person that I've felt this shift, this is where the horse has reached the journey. Slow and sure, it has reached its journey. And for considering the pace, I think it's happening quite quickly. Yes, and because it's happening quickly, quicker than you anticipated, there's that fear. There's a fear of acting foolishly. There's a fear of making the wrong decisions. You have to quieten the hysteria. You have to trust and remind yourself this isn't something you did overnight. This isn't something, it may have appeared quickly after making the decision, but it's been a decision long time in the making. That's the message I have for you. You're getting off the horse. You want to build here. No more seeking, No more searching, no more traveling. You want to build. And that scares you. Trusting the situation, Virgo. Trusting that it's not just a whim. This is something you've been building towards. Libra. Libra. Tonight or not tonight, we are asking the cards, what are your current feelings? What's going on and why are you feeling this way? What messages do the cards have for our Libra collective? For clarity, for reflection, for guidance as we move forward. What messages do the cards have for our Libra collective? What messages do the cards have for our Libra collective? Okay, I'm going to take that one and we'll keep that one there. Right, Libra, there's somebody here that's feeling a little dejected. Libra, you may be feeling very low, what would you say, like depleted, unenthusiastic, low interest. No movement, no excitement, no love offers, nothing worthwhile anyway. I think that even though you're feeling this way, you're putting on a bit of a brave face. You're not letting anybody know. And you're hiding a little part of yourself where you feel like you failed a bit. So it's like you're tired of being in that same environment, seeing the same things and feeling like nothing is changing for me. I'm just stuck in this hamster wheel. You're being a little too critical of yourself. I see somebody who is pretending that everything's fine and they're happy and they're enjoying life, and maybe they're accepting the invitations to meet with other people. And you know, Libra, other people see you as a very vivacious, exciting and interesting person, an attractive person, that somebody they want to spend time with. Libra, there is a continuation from your last reading that you're not happy, that you're feeling very much, you know, your Eight of Swords mindset, very trapped, very isolated. This was in your last reading, and the reading before that was there was a warning that if you decide to do something, then and you choose to do it, then you must do it without looking back with regret. there's such a heavy feeling with you currently, Libra, and I really do think that you need to reevaluate how you speak to yourself. There's a sense that you need to be further and more, have made more progress than you have until now. You will never make that progress that you desire if you are speaking negatively to yourself, if you are berating yourself at every chance you get. There may have been a missed opportunity. Maybe you should have let your hair down a bit and you didn't, or maybe you did let your hair down and you feel now that you shouldn't have. It doesn't really matter. What matters is the way you see yourself. If you see yourself as a failure, if you see yourself as dull and uninteresting and having achieved nothing, then that is the way people will perceive you. You may have a bit of an imposter syndrome where you feel that you have this reputation you don't deserve or a position you don't deserve. And once again, it goes back to internal dialogue. Libra, today your message is that you have you to look after and to care for and to provide for and to fight for, not against. You have, with that, the power to free yourself. To free yourself from the bondage. To free yourself from the chains of what other people, how other people see you or what they think of you. It's in your mind. People see you in a very positive way, and the problem is not how they see you. The problem is how you see yourself. You need to spend a little time nurturing yourself. You need to make a decision to do it. You need to make a decision that you are very valuable and you have a place at the table. You have a lot to offer, and that you need to look at affirming yourself, encouraging yourself back into a position where you will manifest good things and not lack. You can't bring changes and good into your life if you're living in a scarcity mindset and one of lacking and feeling, say, abandoned. If that hadn't happened in the past, it's fair enough. Acknowledge it. Recognize that you never gave up. You know, a lot of the times we feel that we should be more advanced than we are, and I think this is a time when you need to really speak kindly to yourself, appreciate yourself, and appreciate what and where you are in life now compared to where you've been. There's a very strong message about valuing yourself. and not living up to the world's expectations, and the world expects you to be somewhere. Because the people who care about you and the people who matter, they don't see you as a failure. They see you as somebody they love to spend time with. You're an inspiration. You are somebody that brings a lot of joy and companionship, understanding. You're that person that gets the invites. Please, can I spend time with you? People want to spend time with you. You have a lot to offer. Sometimes it's simple things in life that we don't see. And we only see ourselves in terms of what car we drive, or what job we have, or where we've attained in the material world. And you're more than that. And that's the message I have for you, Libra. And we're on to Scorpio. Scorpio. What message do the cards have for our Scorpio collective? We are asking the cards. We are asking the cards, what are you feeling and why? What has got us to this point? Why am I feeling like this? What am I feeling like? What messages do cards have for our Scorpio collective? Scorpio, the cards always jump around with you more than with other people, with other signs. It's like this dance. Okay. That's a nice energy for you, Scorpio. Queen of Cups. I didn't feel that the King of Pentacles was the card to draw. A lot of Pisces energies too. Okay, Scorpio. Scorpio, there's a very intuitive air around you. Queen of Cups, High Priestess, strong water, Pisces, obviously energy, but obviously strong Scorpio energy as well. You might be dealing with a Pisces. You might also be dealing with the Scorpio. You might be the feminine, dealing with quite a lot of masculine energy around you. But that being said, we are not reading gender here. But there's somebody that is feeling very emotionally in tune. Somebody here who is Queens are all about strategy. So it's like, it's not just an all lovey-dovey feeling here. This is somebody with a strong intention to provide that safe space. You know, the Four of Wands is the community card, the coming together, the marriage, the union, the sanctuary, the happy ever after, wish fulfillment. Scorpio, you are very much trusting the personal journey you're on, as well as it being very strongly showing up as a personal journey. There's all this activity around you. We got the King of Pentacles that wanted to jump out, and then we've got the Nine of Cups. A lot of it's like being alone but not alone. I do see this as an influential energy that wants to speak to you, that's come out. It's somebody that may have already spoken to you, or jumps the gun. They might speak before thinking. They're in a bit of a rush. But this is somebody who is very financially stable. They're very settled. They might be a little bit too focused on the money and the resources and being a provider in that sense, whereas you are very much focused on the emotional side. Still, it's very complementary energy. It might have the potential, it might just be a friendship now, that has the potential to develop further, whether it's a business dealing or maybe a more intimate dealing. But I see this as somebody that is going to make their intentions known to you, Scorpio. People view you as somebody that is in the High Priestess energy, somebody that is intuitive, somebody that's fairly mysterious, somebody that has very much in tune with their subconscious and their understanding, and even not only their own, but this is where it comes into all the people around them. The people around them feel understood. They have a lot of respect for you. They hold you in high regard. Scorpio, you're in a very you're in a very happy-go-lucky space, and you're providing a very strong, safe haven. You're inviting people in. I see you in a host position where you can provide the venue and you can provide all the food, and this is figurative. You know, you can. It's like you're throwing the party, and you've got all the pieces together. You bring it together. You provide all the, say, refreshments. You provide all the entertainment. You are the center of attention here. You're very singular, but not alone. Maybe not for long. Your shadow, the Magician. Don't doubt your ability. Don't hide your ability. You have worked for this. You're not a novice. You have the skill. You have everything you need. Trust it. Don't hide it. Don't doubt it. Don't speak lightly of your ability. Don't play it down. Don't dim your light. trust and do, and it will bear fruit. That is the message I have for you today, Scorpio. And we are moving on to my sign, Sagittarius. I don't know if I have a Sagittarius collective, but I certainly am a Sagittarius. And I do feel that the readings resonate with me. Sometimes they're good and sometimes they're a little challenging. And that's how it should be. The natural... Oh, let me concentrate on shuffling my cards. The natural ebb and flow of life. I don't think I'm using my cards enough lately. They have been feeling very stiff. Sagittarius. We are asking the cards, what are we feeling and why are we feeling this way? What messages do the cards have for our Sagittarius collective? Saggy, you're feeling a little in your head. Okay, Saggy, what I'm seeing is that you are waiting, worrying, and doubting. And it's like there's instead of doing, like, this energy tells me, especially being a mutable sign, that it's difficult to kind of get started. There's something that you very much want to do, but why are you so worried about it? Like, you have all this ability, you have the knowledge, and it seems to me that it's like the perfect opportunity for you to explore. And there's this fear of it. You you need to do things out of love. I say that because is love the opposite of fear? I don't know. This is coming to me now, but when we choose to do things out of love and not because we have to, there's say like there's less of a desperation to something. Like, this is a lot of overthinking. I like the movement of these images. It's like the Nine of Swords is like a little bit of a useless worry. That's how you're feeling. It doesn't mean that there is anything to really worry about. People view you as somebody that's working through this, that actually has that ability to say, go the distance to I want to say show up when needed, but this is like this is like a card of refuge. So you feeling all this anxiety, but you're viewed as a safe space. Or maybe the journey of say calm, finding calm. So you go from being very much in your head and doubting to actually taking action to overcome that doubt. But it's like you're stepping out of your comfort zone to do it. And it's been noticed. You've been cheered on. It's like you're moving in the right direction. You're dropping that worry. It is a bit of a journey. It's not something overnight. It's something you have to work for. But it has results and people are noticing. And you are advised to step into this this magician archetype. Like, trust that you can do it. Look for the opportunity and then take it, because it is here. It's the Three of Wands is all about expansion, and such a similar energy in these two, the red robe, the lifted wand, and the whole golden aesthetic. It's like, yes, there's doubt. You might be feeling doubt now because you want to see something happen so bad. But let go of it a bit and see it for love, not obligation, and it'll be so much more open and available to you. Okay. Definitely got a little struggle with your emotions, with feeling so uninhibited as they do, like enjoying the celebration. You've got to enjoy it more. You're not enjoying it more. There's so much potential. Enjoy life more by seeing the potential out there. It's a very strong sense that, like, you've come out of it's like, this is the 9 and the 10. There's progress here. Before you had the 8 of Swords a lot, the 6 of Swords. Now you need to master this doubt with positive affirmation. I always say that. You need to stop focusing on what could go wrong and start seeing what can go right. Start going from this, say, too paralyzed to move, to actually taking action. feeling like you don't have enough, to actually understanding that you have so much to give. That is the message I have for you, Sagittarius. And we are moving on to Capricorn. Capricorn. We are asking the cards, what are we feeling and why do we feel this way? Capricorn. Something that you doubted coming together now. Capricorn. What are you feeling and why are you feeling that way? What message do the cards have for our Capricorn collective? Okay, I just mentioned the Eight of Swords, and here we have the Eight of Swords and the Sun. Interesting. Capricorn, are you holding yourself back because of indecision? It's like there's so much to choose from that you just can't choose let's just put it in this way, the one. And by saying that, I'm meaning, that path ahead, not the one as in who you're going to marry. There's so much available, and you have abundance, joy, and everything at your fingertips. But you can't make a decision. It's maybe too many choices. And you're in your head about it. You're over-analyzing, and you don't need anybody's help to make decisions for your life. Okay, well, if you're in a relationship, or if it affects other people, sure, you make it together. But when it comes to who you are and what you want, you you don't need anybody's help. You need to go within and make that decision for yourself. Only you can say what you really want. Only you can look out and at the opportunities and say, narrow it down and say, that's my main focus. Yes, I can have other opportunities. I'm not closing myself off, but that's where I invest the best part of me. Other people are wondering, you know, what's up with Capricorn? Why is Capricorn so quiet? Why does Capricorn look so serious? And it's because Capricorn's deep in their head. They're needing, Capricorn, you're needing to find your inner dialogue and I keep coming to this same feeling is clear the clutter and narrow your thinking onto what you want. Start focusing and building what you want. I do see you taking time out. I do see you withdrawing from the crowd, and it's just because you're trying to reduce the noise, clear the clutter, so that you can see more clearly, say. You're really searching for the answers here, but you already have the answer. You already have the answer. And you have to trust it. You're going to find life so much easier when you have a better idea of the direction you're moving in. It's a struggle now because you haven't really made up your mind and you put a lot of pressure on yourself. You're thinking maybe somebody else can show me what to do. Maybe else will come along and help me decide. But no, it's time for you to decide. And decide you will, and progress you will make. And your intentions is to do it, and you will. You will find that you can pinpoint your... Once you have that vision in mind, then everything else will fall into place. You have your direction you're moving in. You figure out at the speed at what you're building at. But until you have that vision, clear that way, the outside distractions, and trust the answer within. It's like, I think it's just that you don't really want to narrow it down to one. There's so much. What you must realize though is once you have the one main direction, the other bits you don't have to give up everything. But they will fit in. You will find place to fit them in. But you're not going to really achieve the progress you want to until you narrow that vision down for yourself. That is the message I have for you, Capricorn. And we are on to Aquarius. What messages do the cards have for our Aquarius collective today? What are we feeling? Why are we feeling that? And what clarity can the cards bring for our Aquarius collective? I am going to start trying to read more often, finding the time to fit it in. If you have any suggestions for any readings, feel free to leave a suggestion in the comment section. Aquarius, what are you feeling and why? What messages do the cards have for our Aquarius collective today? The Four of Pentacles. Interesting. This is a beautiful flow. Aquarius, you are not currently, you're not wanting to go big. You're keeping things very, very played down. Four of Pentacles, Page of Wands. You're ready to move. You're ready to start taking some of your savings and investing and doing something with your savings now. Kind of feeling a little restless, like maybe you've been feeling a bit stagnant for a while. Like you've been sort of putting that money away or saving up for something to happen and working towards it, and now you feel like when the opportunity arises, when you see that nice endeavor to sink your teeth into and to get involved in, you'll be ready to act, but it's taking a little while to show up. You you have somebody that wants to invest with you. This could be, as I always say, it could be something to do with finances or with your matters of the heart, your love matters. And they see you as somebody that actually has a lot of experience and know-how. They see you as somebody that does not give up easily, and that's not going to stay down for long. Like, you are somebody that is going to use those lessons to your advantage. Even though it still haunts you and you're still going to go ahead and invest. This is the second time round. This is second time round for as I said, a cycle that you want to, it's like if it's a relationship or whether it's a work-related idea, you tried this before, it might not have worked, but you didn't let that stop you. You built yourself up again, you learn from your lessons, and you are going to give it another go. And with the Fool being here in your shadow, it's like you want to, you're ready, the time is now, but there's a little bit of fear that from the past that kind of stops you from making that full closure and restart. But that's what I see for you here, and that's what I saw for you when I was reading some cards this week. You left something that wasn't working. There was no authenticity in it. And now, this is what, why it didn't work. Aquarius, trust who you are and what you've learned. It's good enough. You are good enough. Don't put any false pretenses to impress. Your experience, your work, everything that's got you to this point is the preparation for the next phase. And the cards are saying, don't be afraid to step out and try. Again. And that's the message I have for you today, Aquarius. And with that, we are moving on to Pisces. Pisces. What message do cards have for our Pisces collective? What are your current feelings, Pisces, and why are you feeling this way? We are asking for clarity in the cards. What messages do cards have for our Pisces collective? What messages do cards have for our Pisces collective? What messages do cards have for our Pisces? Two of Swords wanted to come out. 9 of Wands. A little bit of indecision. A little bit of fear-based indecision. 5 of Pentacles. Okay, Pisces is quite a heavy read here with the 5 of Pentacles in the Tower. And the 7 of Swords. I think you've always had very pleasant, well-balanced reads. So let's have a look. There is progress here from the 5 to the 6 of Pentacles. So this is kind of a learning a lesson here. You're currently feeling perhaps like you rushed into something and it hasn't paid off. You may be wanting to completely throw in the towel and restart again somewhere else. Like you might just be feeling like you just don't see eye to eye with the people that are around you, and your it's like things need to, it's like you want to restart. That's like, I'm getting the feeling like you've had enough of the circle, family or friends or work that surround you, and you just want to run. You just, yeah, there's definitely this need of, like, there's not enough. I rushed, I made a hasty decision, and it's left me feeling like I don't have enough. Maybe enough validation, enough resources, just enough support. It's a depleted space that you're currently in, and definitely feels related to having made a decision too quickly. You are looking at how you can make dramatic changes. And I see you actually doing that, because we have the 6 of Pentacles in the outcome. It means that you take control and better management of your current situation, from having a feeling of lack to feeling of like, okay, I'm in a position where I can give, that I manage, that I budget, that I have accumulated. So you're definitely shaking things up in a major way when it comes to your finances and how you manage your livelihood and your resources, it's no longer working for you. You're feeling like this plan did not work. And therefore, as I say, you're going to make a major shake-up. The caution is don't act too hastily here, because in the past you rushed. This is sudden changes. The Seven of Swords has this idea of taking what you have and leaving. But it's not necessarily the best way forward, because it's in your shadow. Feels kind of sneaky. Pisces, the cards are suggesting to you that you shake things up, but look for a new way. Learn from the past. Don't rush, and just find this balance. It might not even be that you have to change the circumstances, but a mindset with the swords, a definite change and a need for change, progression from the 5 to the 6, a shake-up that shakes everybody to their foundation level. And Pisces, keep your head about you. And remember, it's only one pentacle away. So what might be troubling you might not even be a big deal. But it's a test of how you manage yourself and how you make decisions to improve your situation. It's a big shake-up though. And caution. Don't be reckless. Making a hasty decision got you to a place where you felt depleted. That is the messages I have for today. I promise to be back soon. I have had a lot of things to take care of lately, with the house being sold and finding my feet in amongst a little bit of chaos, finding my space to have a quiet moment, and finding the time to get into that right frame of mind, to come and do the videos. So thank you for your support, and thank you for your patience, and I promise to produce some more content, more personalized content over the next couple of days. And with that, I hope the message resonated. I hope to see you again, and stay blessed until next time.